Ugandans all over the country continue to use traditional ways of cooking like firewood, whose smoke exposes them to diseases of cancer of the lungs, an indication that they have ignored innovations of solar energy. Hence, many are not buying the solar cooking stoves on the market. In our EcoPlus program today, we bring you the Executive Director of Renewable Energy Center in Bihare, Mbarara District, Hajj Kawesa Mukasa, who manufactures different types of solar cookers, which knowledge he got from a friend in Switzerland. He explains what persuaded him to come up with the innovation.
I tried to go into solar innovation because of the very big problem that our country faces regarding the environment. We wanted to make a small contribution to climate change, to the environment. As you can see, this weather is the climate is too warm and the weather is too hot. In fact, this year, it has been said on CNN that June was the warmest year in 100,000 years over the globe. So you can see the predicament that human beings or humankind are in. Yeah, and also I see that the carrying capacity of our land is limited. It is not inelastic. It has a limit, but we are producing many children. We are a very big population. Land is not expanding. We have destroyed the environment. And as you will see, when we go in the field, you see that people have cut nearly all trees for either cattle keeping or for bananas here in Ankole. And that's really a very, very big problem. As you shall be going to the village, you will see River Rizi, that the water is down. All the banks have been denuded. There is a lot of erosion, and it needs arrest, and some of us must come out. And as you can see, the price of charcoal is too much. The good enough government passed an act stopping, I think, burning of charcoal in northern Uganda. I think this should be countrywide, because our area here in Ankole, we used to have what we call obugando, or in Uganda they call it, I think, obusana. We are very big producers of good charcoal, but now they are no longer there. Yeah, so we have to do something, and the sun is free, as you have seen. You don't need to pay any money using the sun. You can cook beans, you can cook matoke, muogo, posho mingo ring itself. You just sit and you pay no money. So I think that this is the future. This is why I am in this, and I think that the government and the people of Uganda will soon be seeing this, and I thank, first of all, UBC for coming to highlight this situation. And you have already done this before when we were at a function in Kololo. This means that the government is really concerned with the environment, but awareness is very important. Our people are not aware, so we are in this to make our people aware of the need to save our natural trees. People are planting forests. It's not the same thing as natural trees. Not like Mituba or whatever. They are not the same thing. They are not the same thing. They don't trap the air to bring rain. The rain you see here comes from either Indian Ocean or the Atlantic passing the Congo Basin. And the environment, the trees, the natural trees, and all these things you see, they help to trap the winds which move the clouds, and we get rain. The moment those trees, natural trees, are cut, and the denudation of local natural vegetation, winds will pass all the moisture away to other areas. Yeah. So that is why it is very, very important really that people think of adopting solar cooking, because it's a natural way of cooking. It cooks well, quickly. The food is very delicious, as you have tasted it already and you taste it again today. We have today cooked all foods you can imagine that we eat here in Uganda. Beans, posho mingles itself, fish, meat, roasting groundnuts automatically. Now boiling water, you know waterborne diseases. Eh? Almost 50% of the children who die here in Uganda below 5 years, it's because of waterborne diseases. People can't pasteurize water, they need to boil it. Yet, safe water doesn't need boiling, it needs to be pasteurized. We have, you will be seeing, or you have seen, the thermometer we make here. We call it water pasteurization indicator. We make it locally here from the big pens. And it just tests that the water is safe to drink. It kills then coli, whatever, all those type of bacteria that cause the disease, they are dead. So in brief, that's why I entered into solar cooking, to put a tafari on as a small contribution to my country, because they educated me. They gave me scholarships to go to study abroad. Me, I thank God. I studied only on government scholarships overseas. So I think it is good that I came back and do this little contribution that I'm doing, so that I can also leave a small legacy.
Hajj Mukasa gives the background of his solar technique.
The background of this technology of solar cooking, it's not me who invented it. I give where credit is due. The real owner of this technology that I first learned from myself was a colleague from Basel, Switzerland, when I was a student studying at the University of Renewable in Switzerland. And with my girlfriend, we happened to go to a music festival, which is the equivalent of Nyaga Nyaga, the one we had in Jinja, something like that in the forest. And this man called Mr. Ulrich Ula was there cooking using a solar box cooker. Solar box cooker is the first solar cooker that I know myself, and that was in 1989. And I was very interested. He told me everything about the solar. He was working in Sudan, and he invited me to go to learn how to make it in his home in Basel. So I went to his home in Basel, and he taught me for 2 weeks during the holidays, our university holidays, and that's how I came learning about this solar cooking. But I've had many opportunities to learn more from the USA, from India, from South America. I was in Peru, that's Lima. So I've Spain. So I've had an opportunity to learn different types of solar cooking from different countries and from different colleagues. From the Netherlands, people who have supported us a lot in solar cooking. Yeah, that's how I came to learn about it, and I've been also improving by reading a lot.
Unlike other energy technologies, solar cookers operate easily, as he elaborates.
Solar cooking works in a very simple way of lighting and absorption. Light comes from the sunlight, and then it is absorbed by the saucepan. We collect it on one single point called a focal point. Then the heat is generated. Black things absorb heat. White things reflect light, and when light hits an object, it is turned into heat. In fact, light itself is never hot in the air. And you cannot, so when light hits something that is black, it is turned into heat. And when that heat is protected by, let's say, a plastic bag, then it is retained, a greenhouse a greenhouse gas effect is produced, and the cooking process begins. When we are solar cooking, we use only black saucepans, and we also cover these black saucepans, which are the covers must also be black. And when you are cooking using solar cookers, we use everything is economized. We economize water, we economize salt. The less water you have, the faster it will cook. We also cut, if it is meat, into small pieces so that it cooks faster. By the way, most people, even on normal charcoal cooking or firewood, people should get used to covering whatever they are cooking, because you save energy, because things cook faster when you have covered the pot. So that's briefly how solar cookers work.
Using solar energy, lives change greatly as it's clean health-wise, provides employment, and it's cheap compared to other technologies.
I think in the case of Uganda, I can't say that our innovation is the best, but I think it is very good. It is good because it changes lives. I can tell you with sadness on my heart that in the year 2016, my mother died of lung cancer. At 80 years. We buried her at our home in Kaberevere. She was called Hawa Namuri. And I regret very much that my mother received the solar cooker in 1990 when I had come for a holiday from Switzerland. She was among the first, I think maybe she was the first to use solar cooker, but it was already too late because she had cancer for 50 years when she was cooking in the kitchen where there is too much smoke. Hers was because of smoke, and many women, our mothers, they are dying silently from cancers of the lungs because of inhaling smoke. So I think that our technology is a game changer, and it is the future. It is the future because everyone is going in renewable energy in science. Before, people never knew, we're not using solar sunshine to light houses. People are now using them. We also make solar dryers, which you have not seen here today. What we make solar dryers to dry fruits, to dry apples, and I think people can get jobs. We are providing jobs to young people, and we also teach. Many teachers have come here at our Renewable Energy Center to learn how to make solar cookers, and they teach them in schools. The example is Kaboja. There is a certain Mr. Kambaza. He's a teacher in Kaboja. He has been here several times, and he helps his students to learn to make solar cooking. So I think it's a new technology. It is the future, and people need to learn to adopt it slowly by slowly. So I think that our technology is good because it affects everyone. Because everyone eats. No one can stay without eating, and everyone is affected by very expensive energy. Everyone is crying of charcoal, of firewood, electricity. People are no longer eating beans. Yet beans, it's better than meat in terms of proteins for bodybuilding, because a tin of charcoal, where I live in Entebbe, it's now 3,500 Uganda shillings. And that cooks only beans and maybe some little matoka, and then you must buy other charcoal the next day. With the sun, you put there nothing. You buy the solar cooker once, and for us, we teach people even to make. We are not about money.
Like other energy techniques, solar cookers come with challenges in managing the technology.
The first challenge we have is uh, unfortunately the lack of curiosity amongst our people here in Uganda. People, we demonstrate on streets like here where we are at Igongo, but you see big people coming from Igongo, they just look or they fear to ask or that they do not know, I do not know. Very few of them stop and ask about what is going on, or we are seeing steam coming, what is this? People they lack curiosity. Or they don't want to learn, I do not know. But very few Ugandans really have curiosity, very unfortunately. So, because maybe this is not something like music and dance or whatever, so we strive a lot to teach people, but we try. So lack of curiosity amongst our people is point number one. Secondly, many people are also interested in our solar cooking, but even if our cookers are not expensive, the level of income is low. Cookers are not a priority. People don't see it as a priority in their lives, even if they need them. Another challenge is with the material that we import, because there are some materials, these materials, all you see, from cardboard, they are imported from abroad. The aluminum foils, whatever. The Revenue Authority does not exempt us from taxes. They don't help us. When we are on shows that are organized by government, they say, you shouldn't be paying taxes. But it's not in law. It's not in the books. So, and we don't have funders as such. So it strains our capacity to expand our work. The fourth challenge we have is very little support from authorities. Apart from like UBC, which we thank very, very much. This is the second time that they are hosting me to expound on the usefulness of, or the importance of solar cooking in terms of climate change and the preservation or protection of the environment. Others in ministries, they invite you, then later they refuse to receive you. So many have promised me to take me to the president or people who are concerned. But after that, you call them, they don't respond. They don't answer to your telephone. So our appeal is to the government and local officials in districts, Gomboras, in town councils, to start to have a new look at the climate of our country, at the weather of our country, at the lack of firewood, at the suffering of our people in the village. People don't have money for school fees or whatever. To look at all those things in a holistic way, to see how people can be helped, especially in cooking, because everyone in the end is eating. And we are no longer in a stone age when people are eating meat that is fresh or things that are fresh. They are no longer there even things that are fresh, which are safe. Things have got to be cooked. So we think that this activity of cooking is central to life, really. Children below 5 years, they die of waterborne diseases, and adults, even all of us. People don't boil water because the energy that is used to boil drinking water is the same as that one that used to cook food. So people don't have that money to waste on boiling water. So our appeal, very, very humble appeal, is for our leaders to look into renewable energy for cooking, because it is building the nation. It is one way of building our country. These simple things that they overlook are very, very important. All of the ministers, they all eat. If a minister uses gas or whatever, or electricity, in the village, his parents or relatives, they use firewood, and they get smoke in their lungs that can be like, that is equivalent to smoking cigarette, and people get diseases. So we request very humbly to get support from government, to find us donors or supporters, or to reduce taxes from us, or even remove them.
Hajj Kawesa Mukasa says they have plans to improve this system if government intervenes in helping companies that are innovating clean cooking techniques.
People in schools, in prisons, in the armed forces, they can start using the power of the sun to cook for 2,000, 3,000 people using sunshine. In this, we can only produce those type of equipment when we get support, because they are beyond us. Because one solar cooker that I saw in India cooking for hospital, it costs 2,000 US dollar or 3,000. It has a tracking system. You cook in the kitchen, it changes itself automatically. But here we have to stand in the sun to track the sunlight. So we would make a change, a qualitative change. Also, we are doing research on our own systems. We are always trying to improve. So we need support, and also to reduce the price of the gadgets we sell, because people think that our gadgets are expensive, when in our opinion they only cover almost our costs. So if we get support, we would even sell our produce at very low prices, so that everyone can have a chance to use a solar cooker in his home and improve the livelihoods of their families.
With the scarcity of charcoal nowadays, solar cooking technology could be the solution in averting environmental degradation.